Hey, everybody. Welcome to Pot Against the Machine and the B.R.I.A.N Identity with Jasper's Game Day. We've got a few special guests on the podcast here. So let's start there with some introductions, I'd say. I'm Sam. I'm normally the GM on Pot Against the Machine. And then we're going to kick it over to the only person in the game today who I've actually met in real life, Daft.
Hello, I'm Daft. I am the player in To Have and To Roll, which is me and my husband playing Curse of the Crimson Throne. I play a party of 4 characters and Rain GMs and does NPCs. It's very fun. I'm super excited to be here today. I'm looking forward to slurping some room temperature yogurt and making sure that my Bonce gets as yampy as possible.
You have to pick the next person because I
Oh,
have the game responsibility after one.
let's go to Steve.
Oh, thank you very much. Hey, folks. My name is Steve. I am part of Hideous Laughter Productions. It's a Paizo licensed collection of me and my buddies, and we do a whole bunch of Pathfinder podcasting. So our flagship show is the Hideous Laughter podcast. On there, we're doing a 1E run of Carrying Crowns. So it's gothic and spooky, which we all love. But then we have a whole bunch of other stuff too. So we've got like a behind the scenes show called The Zone of Truth. We got some module stuff behind the paywall on Patreon. And then we are also running Curse of the Crimson Throne on a separate feed, but it's a little different. We have more than one player. We are running it converted to second edition, releasing bi-weekly. It is a show called Bestow Curse. It's so much fun. And that's probably about it for me. Who should I pass it to? I'm going to pass it to Jeff because Jeff and I go surprisingly way back.
Yeah, surprisingly indeed. Hello, I'm Jeff. I play Asher on the Pot Against the Machine podcast. And yeah, I have lots of non-dairy yogurt here to slurp at various temperatures depending on how the game goes. Ready to spit D20s out of my mouth if we hit our goal. And just in general, ready to definitely help solve alien-related activity crimes in Numeria. And to my left is, on my Zoom call at least, is Jero. So he gets to go next.
I was not expecting that because on mine, Zach is to your left.
On mine, Sam is to your left. So we're just musical chairsing it here.
I am Andrew Juro, also from Pot Against the Machine, where I play Vargas, the Magus, and really excited to be doing this. Great cause, great program, really fun to always. It's always just really fun to work with new people and stuff. So super excited about that. And I guess I'm actually the last one, right? Everybody else has gone, or nope. Zach has not gone. That's right. I forgot he hasn't gone. So I am going to turn it over to the resident yogurt expert on the pod, Zach.
Solid. Yeah, no, as evidenced, my podcast mates aren't used to me being this silent for this long, so they just assumed I had already gone. But yeah, no, I was just adjusting my IV drip of Malort and Go-Gurt that I have in honor of our guest today.
Well, now you're talking my language.
Which can I say, it's very fun listening to a podcast and then streaming with the people from the separate podcasts and seeing the faces to the voices. It's so great. But yeah, I will be bringing the same finesse that I play a rodent on the internet with to a totally synthetic skin bag, Skynet.
So I guess that is everybody this time, for real. Normally, when we're on Pot Against the Machine, we have one other player. That's Izzy. As those familiar with our show might know, she lives next to the train, but I hear she's actually been consumed by that train. So we're hoping by the time we have to record another episode, she'll escape.
Keep Izzy in your thoughts, everyone.
I hope she escapes the machine. Because, you know, you guys are against the machine.
It's true. And
That killed, I know it.
No, you got it.
I'll see myself out. That joke sucked.
Now, Pot Against the Machine, awkward silence is like the main thing that we do. We'll kind of sit there and just
It's honestly
let
the highest
script
honor
die.
we can give a joke is to all
Yeah.
just look at the screen and be like,
It's an easy way to trim 10 minutes off when editing is just silence.
I'm glad I'll fit right in then.
So what we're going to be playing today is a little Pathfinder 1E adventure. For those who are unfamiliar with it, this is the B.R.I.A.N identity, where the agents of the Bureau of Research and Investigation of Aliens in Numeria search for evidence of alien life on Galarian in order to unclear exactly what they're trying to do, but it's all at behest of their fearless leader, the junk master of the town of Torch, the bleachling gnome, Garrett Burwaddle. And I suppose it's time to jump right in. We open at night, very, very late at night, on the northeastern side of the town of Torch in Numeria. Nearby, the purple bonfire that gives the town its name burns atop the Black Hill, outcompeting the few stars and the sliver of moon glowing in the cloudy night sky. But that flame is always there, and it's not worth thinking about, really. It's certainly not important to this adventure, and honestly, I couldn't imagine it being important to any adventure, really. It's just a fire. I mean, it's purple, so I guess it's cool, but a lot of things are purple. You don't see, like, adventures based on grape juice or anything like that. Anyways, on this particular night, all of you were tucked up safely in your beds just about half an hour ago, dreaming wonderful dreams, perhaps of a world filled with electric sheep and vampires who sparkle. Oh, how they sparkle. But that sleep was shattered suddenly, as the voice of your sometimes employer, always junkmaster, Garrett Burwaddle, exploded into your ears from the darkness. Attention, attention! This is not a drill! We are under attack! The aliens have finally made their move. There are hundreds, maybe millions of them, and they're swarming everywhere. Get to the entrance pile of this Torch scrapyard immediately. It may be the only hope Galarian has left. I repeat, this is not a drill. That was about half an hour ago. You've had plenty of time to wake up, get geared up, and find the secret time-worn speakers that Garrett somehow hid in each of your rooms, and make your way to the scrapyard. So let's go around in a circle and just describe the very normal humans and halflings and whatnot that you see that they'll see before them at the entrance to the scrapyard in Torch. And I'm going to go with our other guest this time and start with Steve.
Sure. So the gentleman that you see first is a very tall, lanky fellow, about 7 feet, with pale gray skin. He's wearing this large cowboy hat and like a sheriff's outfit. Notably, he's got 2 arms that will be important later. But there are like those tearaway pants buttons going all the way down both of his sleeves. Also won't be important later. But he has a red bandana covering the bottom half of his face, and over each shoulder he has a big long bow ready to rock and roll. So this guy looks like a sheriff from an old Western.
I'm making you pick the next person too.
Oh, sure. Well, then I will return the favor and kick it to Daft.
Right. So my character, you will see a slender, kind of wiry female form covered in various and assorted black rags. They appear to have been dyed by hand rather poorly. She is wearing several cloaks, at least 2 hoods that cover most of her face. The skin you can see looks pale and oddly blue tinged, as if she is very cold. She has hand wraps going all the way up her arms, also dyed black, sort of inexpertly. And you can see faintly glowing from within the hood 2 pinpricks of sort of blacklight blue where her eyes are. And I will move it to Jero.
Okay. You see also coming up and kind of casting an eye around at everyone else, looking confused and a little scared. You see this young halfling man. He looks like he must just be getting over some kind of illness. His skin is like very pale and ashy. He looks very thin, unhealthily thin. He's got on a pair of large, darkened spectacles covering his eyes. He almost looks like he doesn't have a nose, but that's probably just a trick of the light. He's wearing a kind of shabby set of scholar's robes. He has an old beat up book hanging off of a very nice looking belt. It looks like the only piece of equipment he's wearing that seems to be taken care of or nice. And on the back of the belt, he has what looks like 3 pieces of sharpened metal hanging off it that have what at first look like just random squiggles, but you assume must be some sort of arcane designs of unknown origin. And he's just kind of looking around at everything. He doesn't seem to quite understand what's going on or why exactly he is here. And he then is going to look over at another bit of an odd gentleman coming over, and we will pass over to Jeff.
Good. Me, the last person who hasn't identified themselves for sure. That would be everyone else. Wink. No, I'll remember to pass it. Anyway, yeah, next to this scared looking fellow is an also gray skinned. It's a neat theme, really like that we all settled on the grayscale. Complexion oddly similar to the longbow wearing 2-armed companion. He is a little shorter though, only 6'7", and he has a fashionable black fedora and is wearing a black trench coat, out of which only the 2 standard amount of arms are protruding like a well-dressed human. And he has a long sword slung at his hip. And he looks down to his companion and says, "Oh, you picked quite the day to start things with Garrett. Oh, look, here comes our metallic friend. I mean, normal human friend." And he looks over at Zach, who's now in the game.
And normal he looks as Skynet strides up, a healthy yellow glow radiating from his cheeks, bristly mustache, green smart sweater pulled over a salmon colored shirt with an orange tie. Always ready to have a good time. Skynet approaches the group, seeing everyone is staring at him, and go, "What? Did I forget to zip up my pants?" Huh.
Is this how this guy normally is?
Your britches look good to me, partner.
Appreciated, fellow skin jockey.
Yes, I see you've upgraded to 7-zip.
Garrett stands with his back to you on the summit of the junk pile at the entrance of the scrapyard, the second highest junk pile in the entire yard, with his trusty massive petard at his side. He sighs as you all assemble and holds an arm out, pointing out into the distance, where a few hundred feet away, floating in the air over the summit of the very tallest pile of scrap in the entire scrapyard, is a gigantic sphere. Now, this sphere, it's not a spear, is approximately 25 feet in diameter, and it's glowing. It's glowing red, and then it's glowing yellow, and then Well, you get the point. It's changing colors. It's weird and probably shouldn't be doing that if it should even be there at all. Yeah.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and say this isn't normally there.
Right.
Is that true? Okay.
When you went to bed, it wasn't there, and it's pretty bright.
I'd like to roll to ponder.
Would that be? Would you call that a sense motive check?
Sure.
Sense motive on the orb.
So
first roll of the game. And it's double digits, which might be a record for me. That is a total of a 17.
Wow. Yeah, with a 17, it seems to like being pondered. You know, it's a big orb. It's hanging out. Seems to want attention. I mean, it's flashing up there in the night sky.
So you're saying we're surrounded by garbage with a big, bright ball above us? I didn't realize that we were going to be playing the Times Square module ball drop situation. This is great. So timely.
Oh, no.
I love New York. I'm so sorry.
Oh, is that the reason why there are all these Planet Fitness ads over here?
I'm trying to draw in the aliens with Planet and Fitness together because aliens, of course, are obsessed with exercise, but they hate lunks.
Yes. Start spreading the news.
So, Garrett, this is the thing you brought us here for. I was definitely sleeping, by the way, in one of the several foundry buildings that lets people sleep in it.
Of course. I mean, look at it. It's an alien attacker. I've been staring at it for a good long time now, and it appears it's been throwing out a number of strange, smaller orbs into the recesses of the scrapyard. It's weird. Like, it's a whole weird thing. And they're probably, like, baby aliens, you know, like, shooting out to, like, go in the scrap and, like, have, like, a colony. And they're probably sucking all the juice out of all the best crap in there. Like, who knows what I've even got buried in there that they're sucking the juice out of. I want that juice. We must stop them, Browns.
Have you seen that juice getting sucked? Or has anybody encountered these orbs?
They've been falling out of the sky. I ain't going in there by myself. That's what I pay you people to do.
Ah, yes, now I remember. That is correct.
Has Garrett actually paid any of you yet?
Garrett is reimbursing everybody in Ned coin, and I assure you that the market is only going to go up.
I'm actually only here because he hasn't paid Mr. Lingdon in, I think it was 6 months. He hired me a couple weeks ago. He told me to come in here as a temp. I have no idea what's going on. I was not told about that thing. And he points up at the giant hovering sphere. You guys do this stuff all the time?
I sure hope there's some coin in it, or this Ned coin has some value in the markets, because by my reckoning, I only have 3 gold pieces left on my character sheet. And I gotta eat tonight.
Well, I can't think of a sounder investment for your remaining money than the ever volatile but certainly secure market of Netcoin.
All right, Mr. Human, take me to the moon.
I hear there are several restaurants in the area that accept Nedcoin, but well, the transfer rate varies constantly. You gotta be fast.
Garrett.
Was that dude?
Garrett, you once came conveniently after our mission with a large cannon. Why don't you simply fire a cannonball at this orb and see what happens? It's only AC 5 to hit a square.
All right. I mean, look, obviously I've already done this, but like, check this out. And Garrett spends an inordinate amount of time stuffing like an absurd amount of gunpowder into his petard, and then random bits of scrap that he just picks up off the ground, just like whatever, like a maybe a rock, maybe like a broken sword, and he just shoves it all in there, aims the thing very carefully, runs to the front of it, looks straight into the barrel with his face, runs to the back, re-aims it again, squints one eye for some reason, and then he lights the fuse. And after a few seconds, the petard fires with a massive like, and the cannon itself flies backwards a good 10 feet from the recoil, and a giant pile of garbage just goes flying out into the night sky and goes right through the orb. Like it's not even there. And the orb doesn't seem to change at all. And the garbage clambers to the ground somewhere in the distance, probably killing an absurd number of rats and other things living out in the scrap.
See? I mean, obviously I tried that, but I mean, I'm pretty much out of ideas now. I mean, like, shooting it with the big thing is like my whole deal. So, like, I need all of you with, like, your laser spells or whatever to kill it instead.
We'll make it so, Captain Petard.
Looks like we have a $50 donation, so that is 2 sky medals, and I'm gonna hand them out to our guests to start with, since they weren't pointed at anyone in particular.
Giving both of them to Steve.
I said to our 2 guests.
No, we're sharing. We share on this show.
Okay, we'll share.
All right, what can I do with the sky model?
It's basically just what we call a hero point, because we're sky metal, like Numeria themed.
Sweet.
We're pretending
right.
to be more creative than we really are, because it's just a wreath color.
I am terrible at remembering when I have hero points, so I'm going to need the entire world to help me out on that. But I did write it down. Thank you.
All right. Well, do you have any questions for Garrett before you head out into the scrap?
Garrett, I have a question. Just speaking hypothetically, if we don't have lasers, like you said, how do these things hold up against punches, do you think?
Well, it's pretty high up there. So, like, if you could jump super good, maybe you could, like, punch it. I don't know.
Okay.
I've heard punches
I'll try to jump high.
Oh, I apologize. I heard punches against aliens are most effective when you welcome them to the planet that you're on first.
Oh, I'll practice. Welcome to Galarian.
Mm-hmm.
And then punch.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Okay.
I'd feel welcome if I were not of this world.
Yeah, but you don't want to actually welcome, like, the aliens, because that's scary.
We don't want them to feel welcome.
Right.
Got it.
I think she was, like, trying to say it ironically, like, you go up there and you punch them, and then you say "Welcome to Galarian," sort of like a one-liner, you know, like in an action play.
Yeah, it makes a lot more
sense.
sense.
This was some torch custom that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, like how you dance when you go over to dinner at somebody's house.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Bring chicken as a gift, of course.
Oh.
You can
should I
save
have brought
time by
chicken to
doing the
this?
chicken dance. God, I'm so sorry.
Should I have brought a chicken to this?
I didn't serve any dinner.
Okay. I will bring a chicken next time.
So, you may all have noticed my amazing robes. I'm actually a what do you call it? He looks at his hand for a second. He goes, "A wizard," and I have these incredible magical powers. And he's going to look up at the sphere and cast a magic missile at it.
Well, how far can magic missile go?
10, tell you in half a second. It is... I used my rogue level as my level, so 150 feet.
I think you got to get a little bit closer to this thing before you can shoot it with a magic missile.
He still fires it anyway, and it just kind of peters out 150 feet in the air.
All right, so like,
impressive.
what's the plan here, though? Should we go to like the little orbs, or do we go right up under this thing? I will take your stunned silence at my brilliant question making as acceptance that we should just go straight to the thing in the middle.
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Anybody have a really tall ladder?
I was going to try to jump.
Get a running start of at least 10 feet.
Then I can get a bonus to jumping.
Well, it halves the difficulty, essentially.
Okay.
This is good radio and video.
So I think Blue will just start very purposefully walking along the scrap heap in the general direction of the largest orb.
All right, I'm going to, let's see, deposit all of you on the map.
Oh, no.
Oh, we've got a map.
Oh,
This is
so fun, Sam.
I love this.
not at all what I was expecting.
It's
hard to make
how
a
I've
garbage
always
dump.
envisioned scrap heap.
There are, of course, paths through the scrap heap with,
Yes.
garbage on them. It's pretty hard to make garbage in RPG Maker, at least.
Clearly, no garbage comes out of RPG Maker. If anyone has seen your maps, this needs to be in a museum. It deserves to be in a museum.
It's beautiful.
Also, I think we hit the $1,000 goal for
my
Jasper's a little while ago, so round of applause for that. And I think that we've been bumped up to the next level, so we have to open up your checkbooks, people. It's getting serious now.
Oh, yeah. Open up check and fax that check page right over. I'm going to spit this D20 out of my mouth because we hit our goal.
If you don't have a fax machine,
You don't want to
using
wait for an
telegraph
actual
is totally
roll?
Fine.
No.
Into Cthulhu's head.
It was an 8.
Ah,
Pretty good.
because you ate it.
Sky metal.
Hey.
So you find yourselves standing in... Weirdly, you're in a corner, even though you were just on a path somehow. You just magically are on a corner of a path in the scrapyard, which stretches out in front of you on a number of different paths. And there's garbage piled high, but where you are, it's been all compacted very neatly, and it has a weirdly green cast to the ground here, at least. But what would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
Blue looks down at the green trash beneath her feet. This must be the juice that Garrett was talking about. Be careful.
All right. I unsling both of my bows, which is preposterous because I only have 2 arms. But I think you guys are gonna find a surprise later. And I guess move forward here in this maze of a trash heap.
And seeing the cowboy sort of get both of his bows ready, Blue's hands will start to glow brightly, the same ultraviolet blacklight sort of glow. And as her hands glow and the glow spreads up her arms, you can see fluorescing on her poorly dyed black clothing multitudinous blood stains.
Oh my god.
their blood. And in her left hand, her offhand, appears a curved blade with a handle and sort of a knuckle guard that she is holding sort of sideways in her hand. And on her right hand appears like a metal tube, or what would be metal but is instead made of glowing energy, a tube that goes up to her elbow with a crescent-shaped blade on the end of it, sort of sticking out like a gauntlet with a sort of an old-style pizza cutter at the end of it. I'm ready.
Ned needs about, I don't know, solid 8 more minutes to finish installing the most recent update for Windows security. So if we could all just sit here, not do anything during that time, that would be ideal. Otherwise,
oh man, can't you just reschedule that for tomorrow?
Delay.
I already clicked it. It's fine. It's going to make for great radio. So let's all just, for the sake of realism here. No, I'm ready. I am the weapon. But Ned will look over at Deep Blue, go, you know, I thought that I had known you before, back in high school. Perhaps you were going by Deep Thought then?
I don't like to talk about my past.
I understand.
These, she holds up her weapons. These are magic. They're just magic. Yeah, that's like that person said. They're not technology. They're magic. The two are indistinguishable. So I'm letting you know, in case you were confused.
Oh, I completely understand. I was just wondering if we had crossed paths. I went through an edgy period and called myself Wintermute for some time, before shaking it off, getting a LinkedIn, and going by Metaverse. I was wondering if we had run into each other during that time.
You didn't play chess, did you?
If you want to pay $3.99 for a chess app, I am more than willing to.
No, never again.
This conversation sucks, he says, as he draws his magical longsword.
Solid.
All right. So you've got paths to the east and south here. Pick your poison. I mean, not poison. There's no poison.
Watch out for the juice.
I think the short little wizard is going to unclip one of the metal objects from his belt. You see it appears to be a single piece of metal. One side is just kind of rounded off like a handle. Other side is sharpened, almost like it's got a cutting edge on it. And he holds it in his right hand and looks around and says, it's a spellcasting focus. And he takes a wand out, puts that in his left hand and says, so, not to brag or anything, but I'm pretty stealthy for, a wizard. The magic I can cast pass without moving, or one of those things. Might be a good idea for me to go first and kind of try to sneak around these corners, see if we see anything.
Go for it, little man.
Yes, I'm not attached to your survival.
Yippee-ki-yay, partner. Go for it.
So, Cass, which is the character's name, he is Cassidy Cass Despiel, and he is going to try to stealth forward to this intersection up here and see if he sees anything.
All right.
That is going to be a 16 on the die for a 32.
All right. You seem to be undetected. if you want to pop yourself over to that intersection, and you do see to the south a glowing red sphere about the size of Cassidy's head, just sort of floating there, 2 feet off the ground, just hanging out. Doesn't appear to be sucking any juice out of the ground, but you never know. The juice might already be gone.
Does it appear laid back?
It's hard to say. It might be a high-strung kind of orb.
This seems like something we'd want to roll some sort of spellcraft or knowledge checks on.
Yeah.
What would be that appropriate check?
The knowledge would be like a knowledge planes.
I'm out.
I have 0 ranks in knowledge planes.
I may be able
Yes,
to
I do.
assist.
Not going to help though. That is a 9.
Processing. I have returned an 18.
Well, with a 9, you're pretty sure that that thing is weird and might be extraplanar. And with an 18, I'd say Skynet definitely tell it's not alive. It's a weird floating ball thing from another plane.
From what I can understand, this ball is not a living, breathing skin wearer like the rest of us. It is from another plane.
I know, I appreciate wearing skin.
I too.
Detect magic. 60-foot cone.
It definitely detects as magic.
Cherries
Does
are-
Dane see cherries moving around?
Yeah, there's just some cherries just floating by.
As
They also detect as magic.
Weirdly, no. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it detects as magic. It's just weird cherries.
Does anybody else see those cherries moving around?
Yeah.
I thought I saw something, but maybe it was a set of eyes, or somebody's cat, or stairs, a bus. No, I didn't see any cherries.
Outstanding. Carry on.
So we're just supposed to kill these things, right? But the guy in the sweater, you said they're not alive, so does that mean we're already done, or?
Most certainly. Victory is assured. Just collect our prize.
This is an easy paycheck.
Perhaps the cherries I saw are the source of the juice. I shall go forward to squeeze them. Which direction did they go? Where are the cherries now?
The cherries headed off to the south.
This way. And Dane will start heading south.
So to be clear, are the cherries actually happening, or are they a visual gag that's happening on Roll20 as someone moves cherries around?
It's
Or is this a
unclear.
real creature?
There do appear to be cherries just floating around in this very normal scrapyard where everything is as it seems.
Sweet, I go chasing the cherries too then.
Yes, I will follow Skynet.
I suppose our cherry pursuit begins. Diddly.
Yes, quite the jubilee.
Oh, did you just step into the square with the sphere?
No, I misclicked. He is going to poke at it as we walk by, though.
Do me a favor and roll a d6.
Oh,
How many levels are you going to lose?
3.
3. So, the instant you touch this red sphere, there is a flash of light, and all of a sudden you grow a beard just right out of your face. And I know you already have a beard, but this beard is metal.
Oh.
And it's you have the effects of Iron Beard right now, which is a +1 armor bonus, and a you have the equivalent of cold iron armor spikes. But any spell casting with verbal components has a 20% spell failure chance for the next 2 minutes.
Real shame that happened to our wizard.
Oh no.
Yeah, you see, oddly, as this beard sprouts off, it almost seems to a little too easily tear his current beard off of his face as though it wasn't fully attached. But that's, again, just like with the nose, that's a trick of the light.
One beard falls to the ground, and another beard remains.
He's molting.
Impressive magics. Cass.
Are you all right, small man?
And he's tugging at it. I think I'm okay. I did this with magic.
Ah, I see. I once heard stories about
a biffing spell. You know those. Yeah, it's a biffing spell.
a biffing spell.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard stories about times when hair grows in places you don't expect. I imagine it's because of magic like this.
The kind of spell where you make like a tree and get out of here.
Well, Garrett will certainly be perplexed by this. I sure am.
While my understanding of wizards is limited, the only one that I've ever had as a companion went by the name Installer. He was a helpful fellow, though generally unnecessary past a certain point. But I think he had a beard too, so this tracks.
Damn.
Like we said, awkward silences.
Wow, really opened the gates on that one.
All right, so where are we going? We poking this orb some more to see if anything better happens?
I believe we were in pursuit of the cat. The grapes?
Cherries.
Cherries.
Berries of wrath. Let's go get him.
Yeah,
That's
let's
the name of
get
the
these cherries.
Episode title.
So we can't do anything with this orb, right? It does it have the same sort of when we watch our arcane inclined friend touch it, does it appear to have substance? Does he sort of like?
Yeah, this one appears to be a sphere of substance, or an orb of substance. It is physical, and he definitely touched it, and then he got a metal beard. A totally normal metal beard.
We often see.
Well,
see beards.
You know what? It's for charity. I'll go touch the orb too.
Oh yeah.
All right, why don't you bounce me a d6?
Here we go. Maybe I should use my sky model.
On D6.
Yo, I also got a 3.
Well, then I think that face mask you were wearing bursts off as a metal beard appears on your face as well.
Gets very flummoxed for a moment and grabs the bandana, but realizes the bottom half of his face is still covered, so it's okay. Ooh, close one. All right, everybody, come get your beard.
I'm
Ned.
no interested in painting a beard.
Ned, seeing facial hair that is metal and not made out of horse eyebrows or whatever he's currently. I don't know what fake mustaches are made out of on Galarian. But yeah, he's going to step up and he's also going to touch the orb for charity. Touch the orb for charity.
And each time somebody touches it, Cass is just doing this off to the side.
Ooh, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to get a 4 this time.
Ooh.
All right. Well, with a 4, this is a little bit of a weird one for Ned, as webbing grows between his fingers and toes. And he feels like he could climb or swim really well right now.
Like a monkey or a fish?
Like a
Interesting.
weird combination of a monkey and a fish.
Bizarre.
Wooden torch. And I'll bounce a d6.
Mr. Ned, it seems like you did it improperly. By the way, my name's Marshall Boadil. I don't think I introduced myself in the first half hour of this program.
It's okay, Bo Sheriff.
That'll do.
I'll call him Bo Jackson. And I rolled a 6.
Oh, a 6.
Do I die instantly?
Yeah, you die instantly.
I'll bring a new character.
It's weird, but I mean, you could have sworn that Dane Ascoli was here. You just don't see him anywhere.
Oh no.
Oh man, what did you
Oh,
do
no.
to?
It's
what did you do
weird.
to our friend?
Planar teleport.
Now, Dane, I should clarify. You're here, but you are completely undetectable by any means, mundane or magical.
Oh my god.
Did the orb do anything?
Huh.
I don't feel different.
You are speaking out of nowhere.
No, I'm speaking out of the scrap heap.
Fascinating. Small man, do not give me a beard. I will touch the orb. Oh, shoot. My d6 may have fallen. I'm going to roll a d8 and anything above a 7, or anything 7 or above, I'll reroll.
That's thinking with your head.
I also rolled a 3.
Hell yeah.
And you get your beard. The bearded crew.
Hey, I didn't.
So, the lower part of Blue's face was basically what was visible from her hood. So now there's, the large sort of Emperor Palpatine style hood, and there's just a shock of silver metal beard hair just sticking out from the bottom of the hood.
I love that.
So yeah, I guess like Ned's gonna look around at all of the beards. And Sam, real quick, so for Gage, the webbing, is it up here or is it a deep web? No?
Is it?
I was just
Well,
trying
it's
to-
kind of
Oh
dark.
my
What
god.
color is it? Is it a dark?
It's kind of a
web?
dark web.
Just tore that right open.
Yeah, so I think Ned's gonna look around and look at the fingers and be like, not optimal, but I believe Charity is probably sated and does not touch the orb again. I seriously considered it, but
This is all I prepared is just this. Just this
everything
one
past
sphere.
here is theater
Alright,
of the
well,
mind,
The
everybody.
sphere of buffs, I call it.
This is itchy.
Cass is gonna say, I did all this, but just in case, and he's gonna roll a spellcraft. That is a 21 to try and figure out what the heck this thing is doing to everyone.
Well, with a 21, I think you get the monkey fish that Ned was subjected to, and the iron beard that 3 of you got. But whatever happened to Dana, who was just here, it's just the weirdest thing. I don't know. He's gone.
No, he's
Scanning.
not.
Scanning. And Ned is gonna roll a 19 on their spellcraft for a 32.
Wow.
Oh, with a 32, you know that this was a 9th level spell called Impenetrable Veil.
Oh.
Oh
He
my
has
god.
been enchanted to be nearly impossible to detect by both magical and mundane means. He grants a bonus to stealth checks equal to half of your caster level. In this case, weirdly, the caster level is only 2. So his bonus to stealth is only 1, even though he's totally imperceptible. He can hide in plain sight even when lacking concealment or cover. He can avoid detection from anyone using blind sight, blind sense, life sense, tremor sense. Leaves no trail unless he chooses to leave one. And is invisible to all divination spells, unless they pass a caster level check.
Do I know how long this is going to last?
10 minutes per level. I did just tell you the caster level was only 2, weirdly, which is, totally not legal by the rules of Pathfinder, but 20 minutes.
Oh, if we got these buffs, let's go run after those cherries.
Oh, yeah.
It tracks.
Now the beards then would only last 2 minutes then, right?
Yeah, the beards only last 2 minutes, and so does monkeyfish.
Yeah, so we got a haul.
I will follow Skynet.
Yeah, I am making gratuitous swimming motions as I walk forward that I don't need, but it really it breaks the surface tension of the air a lot better.
Makes sense. So as you make your way back to the west, and then the trail loops around to the south, and of course there's a big pile of empty bottles and things. And as you make your way further to the south there, you come across this weird thing sitting in the path. It's another orb, about the same size as the last one, but this one is coated in a strange sort of multi-layered metallic alloy. And it's sitting maybe an inch above the ground, and it's probably like about the size of a bowling ball, which in Galarian is very common means of measuring things. And it sort of buzzes and thrums as you approach it, and I don't know, it looks like a mean ball, and I think you might want to roll for initiative.
Oh no!
Oh no! No!
It's a mean ball.
A mean ball.
We have to go into initiative order to see who gets our buffs from this first.
How bizarre.
I was getting all ready to poke it too. All right, so I'm rolling Dispel Dice Black Emerald from their Premier Collection. I got a 15 on die for a total of 22.
Oh. All right, we'll add that turn. That's surely the fastest of anyone.
That's probably the best I'm going to roll for the rest of the afternoon.
How about Cassidy?
Cassidy got a 16 on this die I got out of a gachapon machine for a 21.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
And how about Dana, who isn't even here?
Dane Scully rolled a natural 18 for a dirty 20. Do I get any cool initiative bonuses from being impenetrably veiled?
It doesn't look like there's any init bonus. If this was 2E, you probably could have rolled stealth for initiative, but it's 1E. And how about, I remember the character's name, Skynet.
Yeah, Sam, I'm not on the ball with my 10 right now. That's a little bit of orb humor for everybody in the chat. Please disadvantage my rolls with $6 things. Let's go. That's how we're going to make money.
Finally, Marshall.
All right. Marshall is coming in with a 14.
14. All right. And I'm going to sort descending. So, weirdly, the first thing here is going to be a ball.
Oh, no.
And this weird blue ball is going to, let's see, what's it going to do? It's going to float its way up to the north from around the corner. And I'm going to click on the right tab to see the spell I want. And just a tiny panel opens up on this ball, and just a thunderously loud scream shoots out of it in a cone. And I'm going to need reflex saves from our 2 androids, I mean humans, right up in front there.
I enjoy breathing oxygen.
Is this mind affecting paralysis, poison, or stun?
It is not.
Ah.
All right.
So it is.
Save. This die seems to like me right now. I rolled another 15 for a total of 21.
A 21 is a pass.
Your boy Sned came in hard with a 16.
A 16 is, just barely a fail. So here's what happens. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. That's the full damage. So 4 to Deep Blue. And then, that's the whole thing. 9 damage and 4 damage. There's no other effect. From the loud scream that comes out of the ball, and then immediately that panel closes up and you can't even see that it was ever there. So Cassidy is up. Not Cassidy. Never mind. Deep Blue is up.
Pawn to C5. Deep Blue does a 5-foot step forward at the screaming orb and will do a full round attack with her +1 shock scissor and her +1 shock wave blade. So I have a bunch of different things here that I can roll. I think I will be doing so I'm a brawler, so I get an attack, an offhand attack, and a flurry attack, I think is what it is at 5th level.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll do power attack flurry, and we'll see what happens. So here comes the scissor. I'm going to roll this on Roll20 because I have all the macros there. So that was a 13 to hit.
13 will not hit.
No. We'll do the offhand. Oh no. That's an 11 to hit.
11 will also not hit.
And I think do I get an additional? Is it an additional offhand attack or is it an additional main hand attack?
It's another one with your main hand for the flurry.
Okay. So we'll try again. 18 to hit.
18 hits on the dot.
So a little bit discombobulated by the scream. Blue steps forward and swings a couple times ineffectively at this remarkably dexterous and dodgeable ball, but manages to hit it with her 3rd attack, dealing 12 piercing damage and 1 electricity damage.
All right, and it doesn't seem like that electricity damage did much of anything to it. It kind of just dances around its metallic hide, but the piercing seems to work.
All right.
All right. You all said anything else?
I think I would like to use as a swift action a martial flexibility to give me a furious focus, which will give me for power attack, will allow me to ignore the power attack penalty on my first attack.
All right.
I should have done that before I attacked, but I wasn't thinking.
All right, and that will take us to Cass, who, since we got another donation coming in, you're going to get the hero point from the Jasper's Game Day donation.
Nice.
Ooh.
So he is... these 2 piles of junk, are they just difficult terrain or are they impassable?
They're just difficult terrain. It's just, walking on soda cans and normal Galarian garbage stuff.
Yeah. So that would be 20 feet to get there instead of just 10. You know what? He is going to... Oh, actually, he can't because that's difficult terrain, so that's going to be too far. But he can do it down here with Ned. He is going to run past Ned, and he is going to attempt to acrobatics through the space of this strange ball.
All right, go for it. Weird that a wizard would do that.
Not a great roll. Oh, but I have a plus 11 to acrobatics. That is a 17.
And you have to get the CMD +5.
+5, so that's probably not going to make it.
Yeah, that didn't do it. Even though this thing is little, I'm
Yeah.
afraid.
So he will bounce into it and then get knocked back 2 spots into Ned's thing. And I think it gets an AOO for my failure also, I believe.
Well, that one's flat-footed, so it doesn't.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, so he is stuck behind Ned, and it's not a whole lot he can do with somebody in between him and that. His wand that he has out to use his magic that he definitely has may be a cone attack, so that's not great. You know what? He will cast his second and last magic missile of the day at this thing. So that is an automatic hit, assuming it's affected by magic missile.
It appears to be.
Okay. And his is at... Let's see... Treats it as a first stone. Just making sure that it is just considered a first level. Okay, yeah, it is. So that is my dice. I'm slowing us down like crazy. Oh, actually, I have my fancy. Well, I already rolled. So that is 4 points of damage.
All right, and that was red or blue?
That was the one directly in front of Ned, so that is red.
All right.
Forgot that I bought these neat little D4s that actually
Nice.
roll and used a crappy D4 instead.
Oh, Sam, I do have to roll some stuff back. I'm very good at being a brawler because I've definitely played it a lot. So I do not actually get a third attack, so that one doesn't do anything. I don't get a third attack until next level when my BAB goes up to +6. And also, Martial Flex is still a move action at 5th level, not a sword action. So.
Terrible. All right.
Just take my sky medal away.
All right. That takes us to Dane.
Dane is invisible, but he only needs to be heard to be able to inspire his teammates, and he will begin to inspire them and say, "Surely we can defeat these spheres for fears," and that'll be a +2 to attack and damage. And he will move up to be behind the very human blue, accounting for that difficult terrain. And yeah, that's his turn. Standard to inspire and a move.
All right, and that takes us to the next orb. Let's see, this orb is going to cast another spell. Let's see what it's going to do. It's going to look at the wizard, the devastating wizard who clearly just cast a spell on it with normal spell skills. And I'm going to need you to make a fortitude save.
Does it have to make a concentration check or a cast defensively check?
It does have to cast defensively, but I forgot to have it do it, so
Good catch.
you can take an attack of opportunity.
I would love to.
And actually, Dana can as well. Ned can't because he didn't go yet.
Okay. So just power attack, scissor. Oh boy. So that is a 23 to hit with the +2 from Inspire Courage.
That will definitely hit.
And that will deal 13 piercing damage and 2 electricity damage.
All right.
So does that mean then he needs to make a concentration to see whether I get hit by that or not?
Oh, man. It's messed up. Yeah, nailed it.
Well, hold on, because Dane's gonna attack
Oh,
too, and
yeah.
if he hits, it's
Yeah.
D20 plus
Mm.
all the damages forever. So
God. Should have thought this one through.
17 with the Inspire.
17 just doesn't quite hit.
Oh, it's 18.
Dang.
Rats. Okay.
All right, so a fort save for.
Yep. Was a 13, which I'm assuming is probably a fail. That's why I was really hoping he would lose that spell to concentration.
Yep. So you are sickened for the next 7 rounds.
Ooh,
As
Wow,
a
that is a long time.
powerful and distressing tone comes out of another weird facet in this weird little ball, and it just vibrates at the same frequency as like your skin, and it feels gross. And it's not fun. Now it is Marshall's turn.
All right, so Marshall's furthest back in the party, and all of a sudden you guys start hearing some like snapping and popping as his arms begin to open up like
Yes.
cultural icon of our generation, General Grievous. So now he has 4 arms, and he is going to take 2 shots at the closer orb. That's the one that seems to be pretty much almost surrounded by our party. I'm using a shot from both bows. Deadly aim is on, point blank shot is on, and with 2 weapon fighting, I'm still taking a massive penalty to both of these rolls. What this is a bow nomad archetype of the ranger, which at this level, if you were to ask me if this is better than just being a regular ranger with rapid shot, I would say yes, mechanically you are correct.
But it's
But
cool.
still, it's fun.
It's cool.
All right. I got a natural 1. So,
Use your
One
hero
of-
point.
ooh,
Oh, does Sky Metals allow rerolls?
Yeah, and this one, and they're hero points in this time around. So yeah.
all right. I think it's a little early in the stream, and I'm not clever enough to say something witty to get another hero point or sky medal later. So I'm going to take the miss on the chin, but I did get a 14 on the die on the other one. I got a +9 to that roll, so I'm well in the clear. All right, doing a little bit of damage here. 12 points of piercing damage.
Nice. And was that on red or blue?
That would be on red.
All right.
With that hot Inspire damage too.
Yes, I got that clicked
Cool,
on.
cool.
Nice. All right. It's definitely injured it, and that looks like it all went through.
Sweet.
And I believe that brings us to Skynet. I think you're muted, Zach.
Totally professional situation we got going on here. I would love to roll to know the orb. I'm glad I practiced that line on my own before I shared it with all of you.
For a moment, Skynet is quiet and then goes, "New audio hardware detected."
oh God.
That's good.
So what is knowledge orb?
Knowledge orb, that would be dungeoneering.
Oh no. All right. Sned's got it though. So let's see if he's truly got it. Ooh,
Ooh.
big 3 for a 17.
That is enough to tell you that you are looking at a cacophonous orb, a tiny aberration. That's about it.
So Skynet will share with the group. I believe these are called cacophonous orbs. And then turns to Deep Blue and says, I see that you are having trouble finding hits. Perhaps download Tidal? Just kidding. I'm going to give you an aid another action.
Hey!
So I'm going to be provoking Sam because I am just whacking it with my hand. Let's see how that goes.
You're saying an aid another would provoke?
Well, aren't I
Oh,
making
because
I'm making an attack, right?
You're making an attack roll, but you're not actually attacking it.
Okay, I wasn't really sure there. It doesn't matter because I rolled a 3.
Oh no.
But hey, I got
Oh,
my
dear.
plug for title off, so the check's in the bank. I only have 3 or 4 more I got to get through. I think I can get them all on this side of the stream. That's going to be my turn, I think.
Nice.
Yep.
Amazing.
Well, this blue ball that we're back around to is that same panel is going to pop open again, and as part of its spell, it gets to burp out another screechy, horrible noise. I'm going to need reflex saves from Blue, Dane, Skynet, and Cass.
Was it casting defensively?
It already cast the spell. As part of the spell, it gets to barf these out a couple times.
Okay. Reflex saves. Go. Oh no. I got a 12.
The 12 is a
16.
fail.
I think 16 failed last time.
Yeah, 16 just barely fails.
Can I be targeted? Or can I even take damage? I'm so invisible, man.
It's an area of effect, so
Oh,
you
no,
can't be
can you
targeted
affect
right
me?
now, but you happen to be standing in the
Sounds like this veil can still be penetrated.
how
False
about
advertising.
Cass and Ned?
Cass got an 18.
Hey.
Hey, that's a pass.
Old Red Ned Redemption got a 22.
That is also a pass. So 7 damage to those who failed and 3 to the ones who passed.
And you said that was reflex, right?
Yeah.
So you notice oddly that Cass somehow manages to avoid taking any damage.
That is one slick wizard.
That is a
Yes,
very
indeed.
impressive thing for a wizard to do.
Talk about a flip wizard.
He's still violently vomiting, but he manages to do it in such a way to avoid all of the
He
damage.
does a pinwheel spray.
Oh my god.
It's a new spell called Shield of Barf. Yeah.
Oh no.
And that brings us to Deep Blue.
Give me a moment. Oh golly. All right. Rather than using a move action to martial flexibility, I'm just gonna try to full round attack the blue thing in front of me. But because it seems like it's hard to hit, I'm not gonna do power attack this time. I am just going to do a regular old flurry. And I do have a +2 to attack and damage because of the Inspire Courage. 16 isn't going to hit, I don't think,
No.
which continues to be disappointing. Let's see if the offhand attack does better. It does, in fact. That is a 19.
A 19 will hit.
Okay. And so that will be a 12 points of damage, of piercing or slashing damage, and 4 points of electricity damage.
All right. Well, once again, the piercing goes through, but it looks like that electricity is just going around the sort of Faraday cage-like exoskeleton of this thing.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm also reminded somebody else did a knowledge dungeoneering check, which means that if I do a knowledge dungeoneering check on this turn, I can tag a trait that I have called competitive that lets me make the check with a +1 bonus, which would give me a whopping +4 on knowledge dungeoneering. So I'm going to see if I can get us any more information on these strange little aberrations that we're currently fighting. I got a 4 on die for a total of 8.
Sadly, it's a higher DC than 8, strangely.
Blue looks, I think I know something else about these. Never mind, I don't.
All right, you staying put?
And I think I will move. I probably should have moved before, but I will 5-foot step to get flanking with Skynet on the red orb.
All right. And I think that'll take us to our resident wizard.
Okay, he is. Once again, he is going to. Actually, there's not a way I can flank any of these. Not that a wizard needs to flank, but. So I think he is just going to step up directly above this one. And to think, actually, I don't want to cast anything while I'm standing directly in front of it anyway. So he is going to attempt to just make a melee attack against Red Orb, which is an odd thing for a wizard to do. And the weapon he's holding looks more like it would be better at throwing anyway, but I did not think this through before I moved my token. So, going to take a stab at it. Ugh, that is not great. Oh, but I have a plus 12 on this. So that is a 19 to hit.
A 19 will hit.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is a D3 plus 7 piercing.
Oh boy.
We do not have a D3. I'll just roll a D6. A 4, so that would be a 2 plus 7. So that is 9 points of piercing damage.
That's including the Inspire Courage.
Oh, I forgot about the Inspire Courage. Actually, it all balances out because the Sickened gives me a -2 and the Inspire Courage gives me a +2.
All right.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, these things are both looking hurt.
Yeah.
And Dane.
Dane will continue the performance and will slash out his +1 longsword at the red orb. Getting the exact same roll as last time, a 17. Womp, womp, womp.
Does that include your own bonus?
It sadly does.
Oh.
This melee monster of a bard does not have a great bonus. And he will just stay there inspirationally. The good thing is nobody can even see him missing.
There you go.
And that's the end of his highly effective turn.
All right. Let's see now. Red starting to feel a little bit surrounded, I think. For some reason, it just seems... It seems scary to be where it is. So I think it's going to take just a 5-foot fly up into the air. Just hover straight up 5 feet. You can all still reach it, but it's, just a little bit farther away from everybody. And let's see. It can't see Dane, so it's not going to target Dane, but I guess it's going to go at deep blue, and it's going to open up. It's going to roll to cast defensively.
All right.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, nailed it. And it's going to attempt to fill Deep Blue's mind with a blaring cacophony of discordant sounds, making it hard for Deep Blue to concentrate.
Oh boy.
Make a will save.
Okay. And
So I may note that this is a mind-affecting compulsion
Okay.
effect.
Okay. I will roll. So with the bonus on mind affecting effects, that is a 14. Or sorry, that's a 17.
With a 17, that passes. So nothing happens.
With my completely normal human bonus to mind affecting effects.
Red is having a bad time and it's very upset. And we're up to Marshal Boadil.
I got you dead in my sights, Red, right where I want you. And he's just gonna try and shoot him twice again. 14 on the die, 15 on the die. That's 2 hits right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Now keep in mind, much like much of everything else about this build that comes online at 6th level, I don't have clustered shots yet if it has any sort of DR. But pretty decent damage. First hit would be 12 points of damage. Second hit, 16.
Wow.
Max.
That's amazing.
So that's a total of 28.
That is correct.
Now Red tumbles to the ground. It had
Yes.
27 hit points left.
Oh,
Oh, a hero.
Red's dead.
That's some redemption. As
Red's dead, baby.
That's a cool name. Somebody should use that at some point.
All
copyright that before anybody else does.
You moving
Whoever
anywhere?
uses that would be a real rock star, I think.
Oh, God.
Pun
All right,
game
Chris.
is strong.
Oh, it looks like we've gotten another. Yeah, we've gotten another donation. It looks like Steve gets 1d4.
Aw.
Oh,
Thank you, whoever did that for me. I appreciate that. And for charity, too. That's awesome.
For Steve and Charity together. And that brings us to Skynet.
Well, Skynet is, all my plans are foiled by Steve's melee acumen, as always. So, Steve, I think I'm going to step forward 5 feet and looking at, actually, you know what? Take that back. Great radio. I'm going to be standing where I am. And how do I cast the psychic magic? All right, I'm going to make a little ranged attack as he looks around at the garbage around him, and throws it at him. Got no jokes here. I'm still trying to figure out how to roll. Done this Pathfinder thing once or twice. He looks at the sphere and says, how I wish you were sphere. And then throws a Pink Floyd CD that's on the ground at him, a telekinetic projectile. That's a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
Send him to the dark side of the moon, brother.
Make him numb.
I imagine the CD spinning like a flywheel. Just goes.
I guess
Oh,
actually I probably just hit him with another brick in the wall. And it only was 3 points of damage, but
What kind of damage is that?
bludgeoning.
Yeah, the CD just plinks off the thing and flies
Classic
off.
rock damage, Sam.
It flies off and lands on a pile of AOL free trial CDs.
Oh no.
Never to be heard from again.
Oh, his brothers.
That's my excellent turn.
All right, Blue is mad. You've made Blue very angry. And it's, let's see, it can see 2 people in front of it. Yeah, it's gonna barf one more just ridiculous pile of noise. And I think we're gonna have Cass, Skynet, and Dane all make a reflex save. That's the last. This is a very important one. It saves the best for last here.
I definitely 5-foot stepped out of that cone intentionally with excellent planning on my part.
Perfect time for a natural 1.
Oh man, you're gonna get the hurt here.
I think that's quintuple damage per the rules of the game.
And everybody gets to point and laugh at you if they so desire.
Yeah.
How about Ned and Cass?
Big 18 for Ned.
All right, that's a pass.
Bass rolled a 19 for a 26, even with his -2 from Sickett.
Well, with the final round of Sonic Scream, that's 2 damage for Dane, who failed, and 1 damage for Ned and Cass.
Oh, that's good.
That's it, I'm out.
Once again, Cass somehow manages to completely block the sound out.
And that'll take us back to Deep Blue.
All right. Something I forgot to mention. Last time Deep Blue took damage, it brought her over 2 times her hit dice in damage. So the black light sort of markings on her face and up her arms up, she starts glowing again briefly and heals 10 points of damage.
Battery
Nice.
backup.
Yes.
Like a normal human. You know
Not
how
like
we
a normal
all
human.
do that?
All of the poorly washed bloodstains fluoresce again. It's great. Not at all disgusting or creepy. So Blue will see that Cass is standing in what could be considered a flanking sort of position. If she were to move, can I stand on top of this teddy bear?
Yeah.
All right. Blue moves to stand atop the teddy bear and it goes. And
Will you be
will...
my friend?
Shut up. I'll come back later. And I will once again attack. I think I can power attack now, probably, because I have flanking bonus and inspire courage bonus. So let's see how it goes.
Looks like you also have a 1d4 from a donation.
Oh, excellent. Okay. So do I have to use that on this roll, or
I think you can add it to a d20 roll of your choice. I think.
I'll use it on the wave blade, I think. So that's a 24 to hit on the Scizor.
That's including the flanking and everything?
Oh, goodness, no. That's a 28 to hit.
Well, don't include the flanking because this thing can't be flanked, but it's still a hit.
Oh, okay. Aw, sorry, wizard. I was really hoping that I would be able to allow you some flanking. And I will do the flurry on the wave blade next. Oh, I didn't need to add a 1d4 to that either for that to hit. That's a 21 to hit.
All right, that will hit as well.
So the Scizor does 18 piercing damage, 6 electricity damage, which hasn't seemed to have done anything so far.
Well, 6 will just get through the tiniest bit.
Just a little bit. And then the wave blade will do 10 piercing damage and no electricity damage, I guess.
And down goes the blue ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Clatters to the ground. And now that our brave heroes have defeated these weird little bowling balls hanging out in their path, I think we're at about 5 o'clock. We're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
Back in 10 minutes.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you
Thank you
soon.
so much for your
Yes,
support,
Yes,
everyone.
thank you, everyone.
This is
Yeah,
amazing.
thank you.
Thank you to everybody that's donated so far.
Keep doing it even when we're not here. Give us more bonuses on our die rolls coming up, because this thing is flashing many different colors and it's very scary.
Howdy. Well, welcome back to the Pot Against the Machine and other people as well. Jasper's game day stream of the B.R.I.A.N identity. When we last left off, our heroes had just smashed some weird bowling ball sized metal objects in a garbage dump, and they were chasing cherries through said dump. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'd call it a smashing success.
0 point. I'm not donating. Oh, well, I would, but I'm streaming, so I'm donating my time.
Oh, you heard Zach hates charity.
That's it.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, no, I mean, when I got on stream, that's the first thing I said before we started. I was like, I'm kidding. We're gonna stop that joke right there. I'm so happy to be here. We are all happy to be here.
Very much so.
Zach, stop winking. We get it.
Man, I just love doing good things for other people. Speaking of which, one of you gave a villain point to Sam, and you're lucky I'm streaming right now, and I'm no longer allowed to swear. I got it all out. Everyone can back me on that one in our little interstice, but
yeah, he just didn't even take a breath. It was wild.
Really blistering.
Really laid into the anonymous donor.
You can't see it because of the color balancing, but the air around him is still a little bit blue. It's just clearing now.
it's true.
All right.
Speaking of blue,
Where are those cherries?
segues are great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a group segue too. I liked that one a lot.
Speaking of blue, how about those cherries?
Yeah.
It takes a village to give a segue around here, as we know.
So I think I would like to, as we move forward into this next hallway, Blue would like to make a perception check just to see if there are any other orbs in the area or hiding, or if there are any cherries.
All right.
She will go over to the most regular looking box in the area and stare at it and just calibrating. And I will roll perception. That is a 27. I got a 16 on die.
Very nice.
It's the exact number of bridesmaids dresses I have in my closet.
Never a
Someday
bride.
you'll get a bride. Someday you'll get to be a bride.
With a 27, I think you've got a pretty good view of the giant sphere floating in the air not too far away. That is, however, the only orb that is immediately visible. But straight ahead, a good 70 feet or so, after the green garbage gives way to blue garbage, which then gives way to gray garbage, because we have lots of different colors of garbage here on the scrap pile.
It's
Looks like the cherries have come to a stop against a wall.
I just think it's very considerate that whoever has been occupying this trash pile has thought to sort the garbage into piles based on color.
Well, Torch doesn't have single stream scrapping. Not single scream either. There's a lot of screaming.
We got a lot in that last one. There was many screams in that last battle.
Put the green trash in the green bins, and the blue trash in the blue bins, and the gray trash in the gray bins. Anyway, Blue will take the lead as we move forward into the blue area.
I'm going to quickly take a sec to just tap myself with a couple ones. Upgrading. And just going to tick on my mage armor and my shield here.
And I'm assuming it has been less than 7 minutes since the end of that fight.
Yeah, the fight just ended.
I don't know how long
Beards are
it took
gone.
Blue to
Jeff is
calibrate.
still disappeared.
I turn away from the rest of the team, put my bandana back on, and then start feverishly buttoning back up my sleeves. Nothing to see here.
Mysteriously, arms disappearing.
Your
Mhm.
arms are moving very quickly.
Yeah,
imagine-
I get like that sometimes. Have a couple sarsaparillas, start going crazy. Firing arrows like you wouldn't believe. Sugar goes right to my head.
That's incredible. You were moving so fast for a second there and almost looked like you had 4 of them.
Well, I think it's time for me to come clean with you. I am not a human being.
What?
I am, in fact, a full-grown dwarf. You just don't usually see them this tall. And when they get this tall, strange things start happening.
It's true. And he gives you a knowing wink.
I wink back.
Once you get into the blue garbage, it looks like this is a sort of smaller section of the garbage dump, but there's a turn off further to the west, and then, there's the way forward that leads into yet another section of garbage dump.
As Blue looks around the corner here to the west, what is this glowing orange circle with 5 points of light in it?
That's a weird glowing orange circle with 5 points of light in it.
Does anyone know anything about weird circles?
A wizard, I'm sure.
Going by this roll, no. That is a natural 1.
Oh no.
It's still technically it would be an 8 if it's, -2 to skill checks. It would be a 6 if it's spellcraft, and it would be also a 6 if it's arcana.
Well, it
I
definitely
don't
looks
think it
magic.
matters.
Yeah, with those high numbers, I don't think it matters which skill you were rolling on. Looks magic. Looks
You never
pretty-
know, one of them might have been a DC 5.
Yeah, maybe. Does anyone else know anything about weird circles?
Do they fall into the dungeoneering, geography, or nature schools of learning?
I think this is more of a arcana.
Hold your
I
horses,
don't.
neighborino. And Sned will fire off a hot arcana there. That is a 25 with a 13 on the die.
Ooh.
I would say this, with that roll, you could say that it looks like some kind of a persistent teleportation effect. Like if you stand there, you'll wind up somewhere else.
There is a chance that this will teleport us to somewhere else on the map. I don't know why I described it as that.
I'll find out where it goes. I can't be detected, so it's safest for me to go.
Who's said
Truly
that?
the best one to throw off into oblivion that we can't find.
You'll never find him.
This could only end well. Okay, what happens when Dane runs heedlessly into the teleportation circle?
There's a flash of light, and Dane, who was gone anyways, is gone. So no difference from Ned's perspective.
Ned will walk up and say, "This isn't that scary. This looks like the door to Elon Musk's house." Takes one step in.
And in a flash of light, this time everyone sees a change as Ned disappears.
It's notoriously boring.
Did we follow? What if they went to a place where they died?
Where's Grimes?
How easily we were distracted from our goal of the cherries, which alas sit right below us.
I can see
And
them. The cherry.
Marshall goes into the teleporter too, I guess.
I feel like with his natural 1, Cassidy assumes that that's a disintegration circle and is not going to go anywhere near it.
Solid.
So he is just going to continue inching towards the cherries. And he looks at Deep Blue and says, you do you, but I don't trust that thing. And he just kind of side eyes it and keeps going.
I will
Run,
not leave
split
you
the
alone,
party
Swan.
for charity.
Blue says, "I will not leave you alone, small man, even though you gave me a beard."
All right,
And
looks
we'll
like we
also
got
proceed forward.
another donation. We got a hero point. I'm gonna hand it over to Dane this time.
Yeah. Boldly going where whoever made the teleportation circle has gone before.
Now the question is, now that the party
Aliens.
is split, and we only have one stream, who do we focus on?
Oh, I forgot about that, or I would have walked into the portal.
Honestly, unless there's something that pops out like immediately, I think we might just want to go back because we do need to get those cherries, guys.
Yeah.
We need to focus on the
Well,
cherries.
I will tell you that you reappeared in a room almost identical to the one you left, except the entrance is on the opposite side and the teddy bear in it is gray instead of red.
Skynet will point to the grapes beside him and say, "Image accuracy analysis 75%. I have found your cherries."
Close, my friend. But perhaps we should return to the other side. If this will indeed take us there, perhaps we will end up in Daggermark. Who knows? Dane will step out and back in.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, we can check this out later. I'd do the same.
Yeah, stepping out and back in does indeed bring you right back to where you were. No matter how many times you drag your tokens back.
Let's
No, I
try
brought
it as
the
many
whole
times for
teleporter.
charity.
All right.
Hey, Cass and Deep Blue. Basically the same room on the other side of that thing.
Oh. Thank you for
You guys are alive?
reconnoitering.
It was
I'm glad
pretty
that you all
exciting.
disintegrated. Oh, sorry.
Me too.
We have found
Let's get
the
them cherries.
Let's
Now
get them
that-
cherries.
Yeah, now that you're getting close to the cherries, it appears that there is a gaunt, gray-skinned, completely hairless figure hovering over the cherries, staring at them. She looks over at you and she says, "Oh, hello. You suck. Were these your cherries?"
We have been pursuing them. Are they yours?
No, they just kind of flew up to me while I was making toast.
I confused them for a cat earlier. Maybe they want pats.
And she'll reach over and pet the cherries. The cherries don't respond.
And
From
we'll
the
step-
invisible nothingness, Dane will respond with a friendly, "You suck as well."
Are you the one that has been drinking all of these bottles of ketchup so messily throughout the maze? And if so, we're sorry to have alarmed you, as you appear to have smashed it on the ground.
I enjoy drinking ketchup. It's delightful and it's good for your brain. It has good nutrients and good viscosity.
I agree, but for value, you should buy the boxed ketchup. It's just as good. Just slap the bag.
In the Darklands, we do not have boxed ketchup. It only comes in glass bottles.
Just imagining the giant.
That might be box ketchup right there.
Hey, so what do you know about these cherries or the orb that's floating around here? That wasn't there yesterday. Were you here yesterday?
I'm here periodically. I come up from the Darklands to steal ketchup and bother Garrett while he's sleeping sometimes. But yeah, that orb is new and it's weird. It shoots lasers. It's a whole thing. I wouldn't go near it personally.
Unfortunately, I think that's exactly our task. Get in there, find out what's going on.
That sucks, and not in the good way, in the bad way.
That remains to be seen if this will indeed suck. But I hope it does not.
I tried throwing rocks at it before, and nothing happened, so probably try something other than rocks.
Write that down, folks. We don't want to be using rocks on this thing.
Have you seen any indication if it's filled with juice? Or have you seen aliens stealing juice from this orb?
I've seen weird balls flying around, and I didn't get really close enough to see if there was any juice involved, but there's probably juice somewhere around here. I mostly go for ketchup myself.
Yes, it's canon now.
Ein special reserve just on the ground, broken. Bottle, barrel aged. There we go. So
Crouch
these
down.
cherries, are they just trapped between our bodies now?
Yeah, the cherries look like they want to leave, but they can't
Skynet
go
is gonna-
anywhere.
Most normal human thing. Callback to episode 2. Bend at the waist, leaning forward, completely rigorous and straight. Take a big old chomp. Cherry chomp. For charity. Cherry chomp for charity.
Cherry chomp for charity.
Charity,
charity
I
cherries.
love it.
Well, if you had any ability damage, one of it would be healed, as
Ooh.
biting that cherry is the equivalent of a lesser restoration.
Wow.
No D6 roll?
Yeah,
Bummer.
wow, that is cherry good.
And a weird, like, digital 200 appears in the air and then disappears.
Waka, 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 waka.
That's not good.
Are there additional cherries? Is it like only one person can consume the cherries, or can we take them with us?
Well, there's a second cherry. The
Okay.
first cherry, I'm going to say that cherry is gone. Ned spoke for the first cherry, but the second cherry is available.
Excellent.
Perhaps it would heal the tum-tum of our wizard friend.
Oh, small man.
Yeah.
Would you like a
Cass
nutritious fruit?
He goes, "This seems really familiar, but I don't know why." And he's gonna grab the other half of the cherry and eat it.
I think it's
That get
right.
rid of the last like 5 minutes or whatever of his sickened.
No, but now your vomit is wild cherry flavored, so it's cool. It's totally cool.
Oh,
Let's
it's
see.
not-
I don't think lesser restoration actually cures second.
Oh,
So-
Doesn't cure
no.
conditions.
It cures fatigued and improves exhausted. But no,
Yeah.
it
Okay,
doesn't.
yeah, so he's still violently sick for like several more minutes,
Oh no.
depending on how long we were messing around with the teleporter.
Yeah, I think you still got like 2 minutes left of illness. But on the plus side, now it's red.
Thing is, though, if I only have 2 minutes left of that, what does Dane have left on his 10 minutes of invisibility? Would he have
That
one?
was 20.
Oh, it was 20. Oh, that's right.
Oh,
So it was
yeah,
level
man.
2. Oh, yeah. So he's fine.
Yeah, he's got like 13 minutes left of being completely undetectable.
So Skynet wipes the dripping cherry juice from his neck where it's all pouring down, reaches into a tiny pouch, moves past the floppy disks, pulls out what looks like a tongue and a weird sticky piece of wax or something, presses it together, and says, "You, Skinbag, I believe it's time to join our ranks." And I'm going to cast suggestion on this friend right here, because our party needs to be bigger.
Wow.
Roll me a will save.
You're making me dig out a stat block from book 1 of Iron Gods right now.
You did this to yourself.
I did. I never.
Thank you so
Should.
much.
You put a pawn on the map without having the stat block ready to go?
Yeah, Steve
What?
knows.
I've got the PDF open, but it's not on the right page. All right, I will roll that D20 while I try to find the page. It's a pretty good save, but
Is
I
it a
don't know.
19?
Probably not.
It's cool. You've joined the ranks.
Couldn't we have asked nicely?
Welcome to Sphere Squad 6.
Yes. This
The name
sucks.
didn't make sense before you joined us, so.
What's
This
your
is
name,
fantastic.
partner?
I am known as Seth.
All right.
I
Well,
was
we're
in here
calling
as a
you
joke.
Deputy Seth now.
So it's actually Seth. It's not just like a random skulker or stalker, or whatever those guys were called.
No, it's Seth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to take him. We didn't want him to get Seth behind. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Hey.
I have confirmed that she did fail that will save.
Excellent. Seth's my bud. So
Mhm.
welcome to the ranks, Sam. You have a GM NPC now.
Tight. Is there ketchup where we're going?
Oh, yes.
Potentially.
All right. Well, lead the way.
Invisidane trudges onwards.
And no one follows because no one knows he left.
I'm going this way.
It's true.
I'm heading west and then south towards
I
the
feel like
large orb.
Cass is going to be in
West.
front of anybody other than Invisidane, just keeping an eye out for any sort of traps or anything.
Yeah,
All
bop
right,
ahead.
I'll let you head up me then. I can do another perception check, or we can just roll the 27 forward as I attempt to help in looking for traps. I do not have trap finding, but I do have good eyes.
Yeah, go for it.
Here we go. I completely running counter to my regular dice luck have just rolled a natural 20 on this die, leading to a total of 31 for my perception.
Nice. Well, the coast looks mostly clear. You're not seeing any traps.
Except
I
for
see
this
any ketchup?
room temperature fish. Did they notice that with that nat 20? Because that seems like a straight up violation of food health rules.
Well, you are in a literal garbage dump,
I guess that's true.
and there's broken bottles of ketchup everywhere. And I think Steph left the fish around as a bridge too far even for her, but
Are there any unbroken bottles of ketchup?
It's true.
not that you've seen.
All right.
She's
If I
pretty
find
thorough.
an unbroken bottle of ketchup, I would like to take it.
Like any normal human, just put it all over that room temp fish and just go straight
Yes,
in. right?
and
That-
go to town, as they say.
As the pod's vegan, that's how I understand people normally consume fish, with just a bottle of ketchup on top of it.
As the
Checks
pods
out.
person who
Room temperature
gets
fish
pokey
with a
about
bottle.
once a week, yes, we consume it room temperature and raw.
Yeah, does pokey come with ketchup in Florida? Because I feel like
It
that's the only
does
state it
not.
would.
You have to
But now I'm
BYOK.
kind of interested to try some with ketchup and see how it tastes.
Why?
Everything's better with ketchup.
Especially yogurt.
And for Cass's perception, just looking for any kind of traps or anything, that is a 25 or a 27 for any magical traps.
Ooh.
Yeah, there definitely don't appear to be any traps. You can see from where you're standing the yellow section of the garbage dump, which, as far as you can tell, is kind of identical to the gray section of the garbage dump, as if this whole place was a giant mirror. Weirdly.
Hmm.
I don't know who would make the effort of making the same thing 4 times in different colors. It seems crazy, but
Perhaps some
For dedication.
ketchup drunk individual just.
Odd way to lay out a scrap heap.
well, your garbage dumps don't have 10-foot wide paths running in complicated maze-like corridors.
I
Maybe
did
it's-
just watch 13 Ghosts, and that's exactly how Garbage
Oh.
Dump is portrayed in it. Excellent
it's-
cinema, in case anyone's.
perhaps it's the work of some person who likes to take garbage and put it in large groups, packs, one might say. A man who likes to make packs, a pack man of some sort.
I don't follow your strange words, Miss Blue.
Oh, Sam, I thought Seth was giving us Overwatch. So are they got their composite bow out? They're up here somewhere.
Seth she's not doing anything crazy like that. She's just following along. She doesn't have a crossbow, does she? Now you're making me doubt my stat block. No.
How many levels in Gentleman does Seth have at this point? Because
so many. She's a walking Old Spice commercial.
Oh, no, I was going to say I thought she was a spellcaster, but I think the one we never met that died was a spellcaster.
Well, as you approach, and the ground here is getting pretty steep as you scramble your way up the highest garbage pile in the entire scrapyard, and you can see hovering in the air above it this strange sphere that just keeps changing color, and it's about 25 feet in diameter. I'm gonna just pop it right up on the screen there because I'm so proud of my GIF. That's so right, good. I said GIF.
It's so good, Sam. I loved it.
It is truly a gift to us all.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah,
great job.
Excellent.
Great job.
But as you approach, it makes this weird sort of noise, and a tiny sphere comes out of it, and then another tiny sphere, and then a bigger and a big sphere comes out, and then a second and a big sphere comes out, and these spheres just look menacing as all get out. So I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative.
Oh,
are you saying the gang is all sphere, Sam? Because it looks like it.
Hey.
I cannot keep up with these puns. I'm trying so hard. I'm getting lapped by you guys.
This is the only skill I bring to the game of Pathfinder.
That's all right. Steve, keep your spirits up.
It's good to sphere so many puns in this.
When we were talking about ketchup on fish, I thought there might be some like hokey poke thing going there, but never really had a moment to deliver that well, so I've been sitting on that. That's all I got.
That's so good, though. That's so good.
Just never had a good time to deliver it.
All right. I think I'm gonna roll my D4 here that I got earlier. All right.
I'm rolling such absurd initiatives for all of these things.
Oh no. Oh dear. Maybe I want to use my hero point reroll as well. No,
yeah, I'm gonna use mine on.
Yeah, same. Because I rolled a nat 1.
I got a 6. Let's reroll that.
Can I use my D4 after I've already rolled?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, cool.
I have an important question. If you do a reroll and it's worse, do you need to take it?
I think you do.
I think you do. I think you take the second roll, don't you?
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to start with the order I see people in on my screen. So how about Cass?
He got a 15 for a 20. Oh, actually, does Sickened affect initiative rolls?
Probably. It's a skill check.
Okay, then he actually got an 18.
All right, and Ned?
Ned got a 14 using my Sky Medal. Thank you so very much.
Marshall?
I got a 12.
All right.
That was with a 3 on the D4. Real bad.
How about Blue?
So I got a 6 on die, and then I re-rolled it, and I got a 3 on die. So with my bonuses and with the 1d4 that I got, helpfully, that is a 13.
Okay, and Dane.
Just where you want your bard to be at dead last. Don't worry, I used that hero point to reroll my natural 1 and got a natural 3, bringing me up to a hot 5.
Wow.
3 buddies.
So what I'm hearing is we just burned a lot of hero points, almost all of the hero points on the board. And
for some truly middling initiative rolls.
Solid.
So our orange friend is the first orb that is gonna get a turn here. And you've seen these things before. So you know about what their deal is. Or do you? Maybe they have entirely different spells. This orange one is going to send a spell out, and it's gonna target Marshall. I'm gonna need a will save from you as a weird little noisemaker comes out of the side of the thing and spins around and goes like wow, wow, wow.
Oh.
And for some reason, you think that's just really funny.
Ranger got a lot of things that key off wisdom.
Huh?
Will save. Very bad.
Oh.
16.
Just barely passed.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Sadly, you are not affected by hideous laughter. And that was, I didn't even think about that one
You
until
son,
after I
you
cast
son
it.
of a gun.
And then
You
the
were
title
rolling the
screen
save. I was like,
rolls.
hey, I did the thing.
You know what?
Yay.
You know what? I'm gonna throw the hero point out there. Nah, I'm kidding.
I want to lose this. Let's go.
Oh, Steve, you got another 1d4 from the chat.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. And yeah, it looks like at some point Zach also got a hero point from the chat as well.
Which I used on my initiative.
Oh, you did?
I think I have another one kicking around, but I used that one for my reroll.
Just keep reusing them on things that don't wind up helping you at all, I
Nope.
think is the key.
0 points for me. That's how it
And-
goes.
And green is going to... Yeah, it's gonna fly forward. And once it is here, just sort of right in front of a lot of people, it's gonna strike the ground in front of it, like just bounces right off of that rocky, metally garbage,
Oh.
and fills the area with the thunder of pounding drums. I am going to need fortitude saves from Cass, Ned.
Does that provoke from standing right next to Cass when it does it?
No, because Cass is flat-footed.
Oh, hasn't moved yet. Yep.
So
Yeah.
Cass, Skyned, Marshall, Blue, and Dane as well.
Is
Everybody
this
but
mind
Seth.
affecting paralysis, poison, or stun for
It is
totally
not.
normal human purposes?
It is not any of those things.
Oh,
said it was fort?
no.
It's a fortitude save. So how about Blue? What'd you get?
I got another 3 on die, Sam, for a total of 11.
That's pretty bad. That's going to fail.
Yeah.
I love that 3 on the die thing, so I'm going to try that with a 6 and
Nice.
see how that works.
And how about Cass?
Cass rolled a 17, which would have been a 20, but it's actually... Oh, wait, no, it's -2. So I just wrote 19 in there, but it's not. It's 18.
All right. 18's a pass.
Oh,
And
okay.
we need Dane and Marshall still.
I heard you like 3s on the die, so I got some 3s on the die. After
Throw
the
some
3 on the
3s
die.
on that. I'm sorry, I can't even say that word.
Yeah, that's a 10 total. With a 3
That's a
on the
fail
die.
as well.
Does a
a lot of
16
D8s.
total save?
16 fails by 1. So
I had a
here's,
feeling.
here's the super fun thing. That explosion of sound that just rippled through the ground knocks everybody prone except for Cass and does 16 sonic damage to everyone except for Cass, who would take
Oh my
8
God.
if he wasn't so darn slippery.
Oh,
Well, I think he still takes 8 because I think his thing is only
it's a
for
fort,
reflex
yeah.
saves. Yeah.
What I'm going to put a little symbol on my token that is the guy going, ow, my back.
it's a good thing we have Seth here who has taken cleric levels and can channel.
Uh-huh. Yeah, our
Obviously,
war
yes.
priest, Seth. Let's go.
Seth says, "Why are you all falling down? Is it night? Is it late?"
Yes, I am
So full of
undertaking
ketchup.
the human activity known as sleeping.
I had no idea.
That was 80. Whoops.
Oh yeah, gotta take it.
Now this bigger, redder blob here is just a spherical mass of gelatinous polymer with an outer surface that looks all goopy and gummy. It smells vaguely of sour milk.
Mmm.
And
the yogurt orb.
yeah, it's just gonna fly right on over to the wizard and go for the slam. The blobby blob slam. It's a pretty bad roll. That is 16.
That actually misses, which I was surprised because I do not have a super great AC.
Even flat-footed?
Oh, flat-footed. No, flat-footed. It absolutely hits.
Oh.
Uh-oh. This is not good for you. So that is just 7 damage. And
that's not good.
the free attempt to grapple, which is a 21 to grapple.
CMD flat-footed is quite a bit less than that.
So you are currently stuck to the gooey ball and grappled.
Awesome.
And it's your turn. Congratulations.
Okay. Anybody happen to have the grapple chart up for whether or not you can spell cast while grapple?
So, fun fact: in to having to roll, if you get grappled, or if something initiates a grapple, it dies immediately.
Oof. But in the rules as written, it's very difficult to cast a spell while grapple.
It's a very high check.
Yeah,
I
the
think,
concentration is not
Just
easy.
ask Lyra.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, so I mean, you can make a concentration check, which is basically like 10 plus the attacker's CMB and then the spell level. So yeah, I mean, if the CMB is high, I don't know, it's for charity. Do it. Just do it. Don't be a coward for charity.
Oh wait, I'm not casting this as a spell. I'm doing a UM. What would it be for doing a UMD though? Or
I don't think using a magic.
Yeah, I
device-
think
Wait, like what are you using as a spell completion item? The wand?
yeah,
I think you can just do it.
yeah. I forgot because
It
I
doesn't
burned
provoke.
my actual spells that I can use as a totally spellcaster. So I'm just
Yeah.
using a magic device. And thanks to my class, if I'm using this one, I don't have to roll a UMD check for it.
Nice.
So he is just going to. I'm assuming he will take 2 attacks of opportunity from doing this directly in front of these 2 things, but he is absolutely just going to cast from the wand in his left hand, Burning Hands,
And
in
I
a
believe wands don't
15-foot
provoke.
cone. Oh, wands don't provoke. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is. Caster level, and it's only a level 1 wand because I did not have a whole lot of money. That is so. Both of these things take a whopping 1 point of fire damage.
What's the DC and that save there? Not that it matters because it's still going to be 1, even if they pass.
There is no DC for Burning Hands.
Oh, there's no
I see on
reflex.
Wait, no, it's
There
a
should be a
reflex save.
reflex
Yeah, it should be a reflex, but it
Should
doesn't
be like
matter
max
because minimum damage is
5d4
1.
with a reflex save.
Oh,
Yeah.
reflex half, yeah. PL1. I guess it would just be the.
It's probably
I'm not
like
sure.
11 or
Whatever.
12.
Yeah. I
Doesn't
think it would
matter.
just be 10 plus the thing because it's just the wand.
Yeah, so probably
Yeah,
DC
so
11.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't
there's-
forget that orange one has the grappled condition on that reflex.
That's true. That one did fail,
Wow.
but it's still just the 1
Thanks.
damage.
Yeah.
All right, Skynet.
All right, your boy wants to throw knowledges all around. So what would you like me to roll?
These are all dungeoneering all the time.
All engineering all the time. Let's go. All right, 17 on the die for a 29.
For which one?
The big one. I'm going
The
to call
big-
him Roy, as in Roy Orbison. That's for all the people that listen to music from the 60s.
I thought you were saying Roy as in Roy G. Biv because it's all.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming.
Oh, whatever. Listen to some guitar music, everybody. Come on.
That is going to let you know that this is a giant goo sphere.
No, that's not a
Really?
real thing.
A variation on a monster from Frog God Games,
Oh, no.
which I found while we were recording another episode, and I just listened back to the audio of me finding it and going, oh, I have to put that in Brian.
All right. Do I get any questions about
Yeah, you get three
Guther
questions.
Vandross?
3 questions about the
Three.
giant goo sphere.
All right. The first thing I want to know about Guther is if he is affected by mind affecting, or any of them, really.
Yeah, it is affected by mind affected. Its only special defenses are all around vision, so it can't be flanked, amorphous, so immunity to sneak attacks, and immunity to electricity and cold.
Excellent. Real quick, as an aside, free action. Deep Blue, do you still need to know the classification of Guther Vandross?
Yes. Who is Guther?
Tell me about Guther Vandross. Let's go.
Well, it is a large aberration.
All right. Go for that aberration. Anybody have any requests for my last question? Anybody from the Twitch chat? Besides reminding me that Roy Orbison was active in the 80s. I'm aware of the traveling Wilburys. It's all right. All the way to the end of the line. It's fine. I'm old.
As a
Look at
Tom
this
Petty
face.
fan,
This
I
is
was waiting for a
experience.
point to also tell you that they were active in the 80s.
Okay, that's fair.
Um,
So last question, anybody? Otherwise, I'm going to just go with special defenses.
Well, I already gave you special defenses.
Special attacks.
Yeah,
That's what I said, Sam.
Or maybe if it has spell-like abilities, because the other things have been casting spells.
Spell-like abilities. That's what I said, Sam.
Well, this one doesn't have any spell-like abilities. It's much more
Special
mundane
attacks.
in
That's what I
nature.
said, Sam.
It has special attacks, including the ability to automatically grapple you when it hits you with its sticky body.
Mhm.
And when it has you grappled, if you don't escape, it can swallow you whole into its gooey, goopy guts.
All right. Why did I just use that voice? Oh, no.
Bricks.
What podcast
Bricks,
am
be
I
safe.
on?
He's here.
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh.
Thank
Oh,
God we have a
guys.
real
I'm
wizard.
so sorry. All right. Well, dispersing all of that knowledge to his compatriots, Skynet is going to make eyes at Guther. And he's going to say, don't you wish all these spheres weren't here? Why am I doing the voice again? Don't you wish all these spheres weren't here? You're not having a ball. Roll me a will save.
Oh, will save for the very willful ball of goo.
Skynet
That is a
Bricks
nat
good.
20.
Ah,
Aw.
is that less than a 19?
Sadly, it's not. It didn't have a very good chance of succeeding on that.
And yet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wait. I have another. Do we start with a hero point, Sam?
No.
No.
I'm
No.
not that nice.
No one's gonna disadvantage you. That's fine. That's okay. All right. That's the end of my turn.
All right. That takes us to Deep Blue.
Okay. Well, I believe I need to stand up. So I have a question. Because putting on martial flexibility usually uses a move action, and standing usually uses a move action, can I do one of those as my standard action?
Yeah, it's just taking
Okay.
2 move actions instead of a move and a standard.
Okay. So yeah, I guess for my turn, I will stand up, and I will martial flexibility. What is it? Dedicated adversary, which gives me favorite enemy bonuses +2 against a specific kind of creature, and I think right now I would like to do that against the not Roy right now, but or Guther, I suppose. But against the smaller metal balls that we
Okay.
identified earlier, so that I can attack them next round. So
Alright.
as the martial flexibility activates, you sort of see beneath the wrappings and the rags of around Deep Blue's body, there's some sort of shifting beneath them as like some of her muscles become more pronounced and others sort of like shrink down a little bit as she prepares to fight this particular enemy.
All right, and I think that'll bring us to Marshall.
All right. Marshall is also prone, so he's going to stand up and then just because I can't full round attack with that move action. Only one of his arms is going to General Grievous open, and he makes a shot with his longbow. This is deadly aim, point blank shot, and I'm going to be targeting the creature that is currently grappling my buddy here because I don't want him to get swallowed.
All right.
I am going to throw a D4 on there.
Yeah.
I am currently at a 16, which might do it, but I'm not confident that it will.
No, you got skills,
How
man.
about an 18?
An 18 will hit the giant goose sphere.
Sweet. And we're looking at 13 points piercing damage.
Nice.
That is a big chunk out of the red goose sphere. It's looking drippy. All right, now I have to find Seth's character sheet again.
Level 5 drunken master, just inebriated off of like hard ketchup. Mike's hard ketchup, that is.
She's gonna 5-foot step up to the goose sphere and go after it with her masterwork short sword. That is definitely a hit.
Nice.
Sweet.
What kind of damage are we looking at here? That's the wrong PDF. What kind of damage does she do? Terrible damage. 2 damage.
Yeah.
Killed it. It's still alive though. I thought it was supposed to be dead. Anyways, the giant goose sphere number 2 is going to roll its way down. And I wish I had that rolling pumpkin sound effect. It's going to roll its way over to Skynet and try to slam him.
No.
That is a 19.
You got to bring a 20 if you want to slam this Skynet, buddy.
Wow, it's messed up.
No, min-maxing on this Skynet here.
All right. Well, that brings us to the big one. That big one hanging up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. It's going to roll. How many combatants do we have on stage here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to roll a D10.
Guther, no.
Can't see me.
That's true.
That's true.
John
It can't
Cena
see you.
status.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cass, I need you to roll me a D8. Cass.
Juro.
Oh, sorry.
D8.
I'm still trying to look up how to save his. If the saves are different. D8 got a 4.
4. All right, you're gonna need to make me a fortitude save as a stream of green gas shoots out of the sphere at you. This is going
That
poorly for
is
Cass.
a 5.
Oh, no.
No.
All right, well, you are, in addition to being sick and grappled, you are poisoned and take 1 wisdom damage.
Oh
Oh, he don't need it.
More of these
No.
9th level spell shenanigans.
And Dane is up.
Save us, Thane.
Dane's about to be up as he stands from being prone. Hey. And then he will inspire his allies and say, time to take down Lex Guther.
no! Amazing.
This for you, Corey.
I can't wait till that goo be gone.
Nice.
Was that your turn? I got distracted by all the puns.
No, yeah. I mean, that was a standard and a move. Nothing cool I can do with my Swift. If you want to hear many options for what people can do with a cool Swift action, listen to Pot Against the Machine, releasing every Wednesday.
Cacophonous.
I'm sold.
Orange Cacophonous Orb is going to take a step up into this ridiculous crowd.
Oh no.
And what's it going to do? I don't remember what half of these spells do. This thing has so many spell-like abilities. It is going to shoot. That's the wrong spell. Yeah, it's going to open up. It's going to cast offensively, because I only make that mistake once per stream. And it's not threatened anyways, so never mind. And then it's going to shoot a weird beam out of a noisemaker-like tube directly at Blue. I'm going to need a will save.
Will save.
This is a mind affecting effect.
All right. Will I say? Oh no. That is a natural 1, Sam.
Well, for the next 2 rounds, you are unable to speak intelligibly in any language.
I love that.
And then, let's see. And then we're going to go to Green. And Green is going to use a completely different spell-like ability. And it is going to cast defensively. And, oh God, what's this concentration check? All right, I got it. It is going to look at sky. No, it's not a 30-foot radius. A speaker pops out of the top of this thing and just like the worst insults you have ever heard just come out of this thing as it swears and says lots of things that are not okay for the radio. And I'm going to need reflex saves from everyone.
All right. As we roll those, it looks like Zach needs help re-entering the Zoom room.
Uh-oh. We lost Zach?
Yeah. He's in the waiting room, it looks like.
He's connecting.
He's
Hey.
back.
Zach is back.
Solid.
Hey.
I am so sorry. I lost the internet to literally everything, which I assume is because I have impinged on Disney's IP at least 3 times. So
They've
it's pretty
come to
normal.
get you.
Yeah.
Well, as payment, make a reflex save.
Oh no, this is the worst thing to come back to.
Well, everybody's got to make them.
So how many sky medals did I get in my absence? Like 4 or 5?
I think so.
Cool.
I got a 17.
17 passes.
I also got a 17.
17
about a
also
14?
passes. 14's a fail.
How about a 14, but you feel bad for me about what just happened?
The rarely brought up pity bonus.
Yeah, no, totally. James Jacob errated that on the boards. I'm going to say that every time we do a stream until he also sues me.
James Jacobs errated that specifically for Zach.
It's true. I'm pitiable.
And how about
Also, he
well,
loves your performance on Pot Against the Machine.
instead of making everybody list out their saves, I'll say anybody who doesn't hit a DC 16 takes 7 points of fire damage from just the blistering heat of that thing's invective. It's
Half, I'm guessing, if
what
you
a
pass.
blistering
yeah,
invective.
half if you pass.
Blistering invective. That's
I
a
know.
really interesting spell. All right.
that's
3 points
And
of
then
damage.
the Goose Sphere is going to make a grapple check to maintain the grapple on Cass.
Yeah.
And it's going to succeed because that's a 28.
Yeah, it just has to beat a 15.
Well, the good news is that you have been eaten by a blob.
Oh.
So on the way in, it gives you that nice crunch for 8 damage, and you are inside a blob. And it's your turn.
Awesome.
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Yeah, and instead of having a ball, the ball is having you.
Poor guy. He wasn't even supposed to be here. He's an intern.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I was 2 days away from retirement.
Oh no.
So
I think we can all agree.
we didn't learn that these things are weak against any specific thing.
They seem to be pretty easy to hit, but that's about
Yeah.
it.
But they wouldn't be weaker against silver or cold iron.
Not that you heard.
Yeah. So he's going to stick with his item he's already holding, and he is going to attempt to cut his way out of this, I guess. So why do I only have a +4? Oh, because I'm grappled, right? That is an 18 to hit.
That hits the goo all around you. Weirdly
Okay.
enough.
And that is a D3 +1 still. So once again, a D6 doing 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 4, 5. 5, 6, 3. That is a 2. So that is 1 + 1. That is 2 points of damage.
If you can hear the inspiration, you get 2 more on that BBE.
Oh, right. The inspiration. Yeah. So that is 4 points of damage.
You have cut
Forgot
your
to
way
take
out.
inspiration back on.
You have cut your way
Oh,
free
wow.
of the bubble. And this thing looks like it's just going to fall apart right now.
Yeah, that's all he can do, though. Unless he's still grappled, even free, right?
No, you're free.
Oh. Then he's got a 5-foot step back next to Ned.
I can't imagine
Get
why.
out of there.
Oh no. I can't 5-foot step away. Could you 5-foot step here? Possibly?
Actually, yeah, let me do it diagonally to go behind Seth, actually, so that Ned doesn't die.
Tactics.
But also, I wanted to go in that square too.
Oh no.
When in doubt, put all of the spellcasters
Shuffle.
right up front. All right, Ned is up.
Ned is going to take a 5-foot step into the desired square. I'm so sorry, Shooty Woody. But he's going to point again at Guther Vandross, not Goofy Goo or I don't got one for this one. John Wilkes Guth. Neither of these two, but the one in the back. I need another will save from him.
On the big?
Them. Yep, them. I don't know why I just gendered the ball. Don't gender the ball. You can do anything to the orb, but do not gender the orb.
All right, I think the orb is definitely going to pass this will save.
What is up with you?
But weirdly, as it gets hit with the spell, it gets a little bit smaller and it gets a little bit lower. It's weird.
Huh.
Man. Okay. Well, if it passes again, then I'm just going to. That's the end of my turn.
All right, Deep Blue.
All right. I guess I will. Now I can't charge through spaces, including allies, right? Okay.
Right.
Do you have dragon style?
I am currently I currently have dedicated adversary up. I don't have. I could bring Dragon Style up as a move action, but that's sort of I need to use my move action this turn. So I will pardon me, move past Skynet up to one of the little spellcasty orb things. What were they called again?
Cacophonous orbs.
Cacophonous orbs, yes. I would like to attack green. I can only do the one attack this round, but I will put all of my might into it, and I will power attack at the little orb with my scissor. Oh my. Does a 29 hit sound?
That will. Is that a critical threat?
No. A bummer.
That's such a high number.
Yeah, it's an 18 on die. It actually is a critical threat from my wave blade, which is my offhand weapon. But
well, it is a hit.
Yeah, so that is 16 points of piercing damage, and then there's no electricity damage gets through that.
All right. Nice good hit on that thing. And I think that'll bring us up to our bow marshal.
Yeah. So Marshal Bodil is going to 5-foot step into the space that is immediately vacated. So very pleased about that. And he is going to do basically the same thing that he's built to do, is shoot twice around. My first attack, I'm going to target the one that I was targeting before, that Cass just cut his way out of, to see if I can finish it off, and I might shift my target if that's the case.
That's
All right.
Goosey Goo, in case you're wondering.
17 on the die. That's gonna hit.
Yeah, well.
The other one is named John Resnick.
All right, 12 more points of piercing damage.
And it splatters to the ground and just leaches out everywhere. It's gross.
Sweet.
That goes gone.
All right. Did we have another one that's taken damage so far?
The little green one's taking damage.
Yes, I smacked that one as I went up.
Let's see if I can't clink it off the board. I'm guessing not. It has a little bit more hit points. Did we learn that these things are immune to poison? Does anybody remember that?
They are not immune to poison. I
I
don't remember if I gave you their immunities, but
okay.
not poison.
You didn't mention it.
Free
in
info.
defenses. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to shoot him with a special arrow and see what happens here.
Yeah, go for it.
I think I got him. 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Sweet. So the arrow that I used was the only special I have because the budget got real tight when you have two magical bows.
Understandable.
It was a thistle arrow. So basically
Nice.
it does damage regular. So let's get that going. That is going to be 13 points of damage. And then it is going to deal an additional 1 point of damage each round for 1d6 rounds from the
Nice.
irritating sap.
Wow.
Yeah! Irritate the goo with other goo.
That is
Man.
irritating.
That was my nickname in college.
One gold piece, well spent for 2 rounds of goo damage.
Nice. Oh, I forgot to add my favorite enemy damage, so you can actually add 2 more points of damage from me.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
On the green guy.
Okay.
So many bonuses.
Well, Seth is going to step up into the gooey square, and she's going to try to stab Green as well.
Yeah.
On that, it will hit. So she will do some terrible damage to Green. 1 damage.
Hey, if she's my ally right now, that's 3.
Oh, wow. That's big.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, the goose sphere that is not dead. Well, it's standing right next to blue, so it's going to power attack this time.
Oh boy.
That was a bad decision. Does 7 hit?
No. Blue dodges the goo. The goo does not hit blue.
All right, well, we are going to roll. How many combatants are we down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll a d8 to see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skyned, can you bounce me a D8?
Yes, of course. Six.
Make me a will save.
All right. Is this that whole list of stuff that I told you
It is
before?
mind affecting.
Excellent. That's why we pay you the big GM bucks, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
The
All
big
the Ned
Ned
coin.
coin. All right, that's a 23.
Wow.
All right, well, a weird beam of indigo light hits you and nothing happens.
Guther, how could you?
And Dane is up.
And Dane's going to continue performing. He wishes also that he could charge through an ally square, but Bard, Dragon style, no.
No.
He will, however, brush past Marshall to take a swing at the blue feller.
John Wilkes Gooth.
Yeah, I think it is
Yeah.
John Wilkes. Gooth.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yes.
And
that
let's
was
see.
John.
0 point.
Oh,
We
for
decided
the
that was named
love.
John Resnick.
Literally every attack this session has been a 10, I'm pretty sure. So it's 17 again.
17 will hit the big boy.
Ooh,
It's a lot easier to hit than the little ones.
There we
good.
go.
I need that. Oh, maximum damage. That is 12 from the +1 longsword.
All right.
Yeah.
That
And
looks
he
like it hurt it
says,
bad.
Indubitably.
No.
And that's his turn.
Oof.
All right. Well, on Orange's turn, there's a weird flash of light, and it just disappears. So that's fun. And then on Green's turn, let's see. Green is going to... I don't remember what any of these things do. It'll just do a scream at, we'll aim it at blue.
Right.
And then it'll do a 5-foot step back so it doesn't have to cast
Aw.
defensively and go for blue and
Aw.
Seth. So I do need reflex saves as it screams at you.
All right. 23.
That will pass. And Seth passes as well, so you both take 5 damage.
All right.
And this one is not on the counter anymore because it's dead, so Casting Dispel is up.
Hey. Which, by the way, was not the name I came up for. I'm guessing you typed that in there, and it is much better than Cassidy. I wish I had come up with that. But he is going to just throw his wand on the ground and step on it. But after doing that, he is going to take his spellcasting focus, and he is going to throw it at Green. So that is a 15 on the die. Not grappled, but still sickened. That is a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And that is a 1d3 plus... Why is that plus 5 now? What changed?
Inspiration?
Singing?
Yeah, Bardic Performance will help a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That is still only a 1 on... Oh, wait, that was a D1. That was a D4. Roll a D6. That's still just a 1. So that is 6 points of damage.
All right.
And
orb is
then
looking
it
rough.
teleports back onto his belt
Blink back
after
belt.
it hits that thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Love that
Okay. Does that bring us up to Ned?
Oh yeah. All right. He narrows his beady little eyes at at Guther in the back. One more time, Sam. I want a will save, and it's going to be a little even. I'm going to spend a couple Phrenic pool points to make this even more difficult. Roll me a will save.
All right. Looking at a 21.
What is wrong with you? Why do you hate charity? I want you to look into the screen and tell everybody that's gathered here to raise money for charity why you hate it. Because you succeeded.
I just do, you know?
I just
Hear that, mods?
I'm just
Kick
a
him.
bad person.
Kick him right now, out the door.
But it does, once again, retract and sink closer to the ground from this attention that you're paying it.
All right, and 5-foot step up to give a clearer shot to my normal armed friend. Normal amount of arms.
Oops.
So to interject and say that the opinions of Sam do not represent those of Pot Against the Machine or its other members. Thank you.
As always.
All right, I think I accidentally double-clicked and passed Blue, but it is Blue's turn.
It's okay, Sam. I forgive you. Blue is going to 5-foot step forward and flurry on the cacophonous orb. So with my buffs up now, I get a +4 to attack and damage with the combined Inspire Courage and Favorite Enemy bonuses. And so I will not power attack because this thing is hard to hit, but I will flurry. Here we go. Oh,
Ooh,
I got a natural
there we go.
20 on
There
my
we go.
score,
That's
with
fun.
a 32 to confirm.
Yeah.
So that deals 27 piercing damage. Unless, does the Inspire Courage bonus also get doubled?
Probably, but it doesn't really matter because this thing just basically explodes into shards.
Oh, all right. And so I will turn around to John Wilkes Guth behind me as Blue whirls around with her wave blade and does her offhand flurry attack. And that is a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
And that does 15 points of piercing damage or slashing damage and 4 points of electricity damage.
That's a double kill right there.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
1 turn, 2 baddies, no waiting.
That's a
Oh,
brawler.
I'm sorry. There's two points of damage off that because this is not my favorite enemy.
Terrible. It's still kills
Now it's alive again.
Yeah, now it's actually double alive, and it's a bad situation.
All right. And Blue stands there in the as the goo drips off and sizzles on her energy weapons. She points up at the big thing and goes, "Should I try to jump to get that?"
Yeah, wrangle it like cattle.
All right, I'll try.
All right, and Seth is just gonna kind of just throw a rock at the thing, and
Oh, you skipped.
oh
Because
yeah, I
you're
did.
already ahead.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right,
Skip Marshall.
Marshall.
So
you're up.
excited to play
All right.
your own NPC, Sam.
Yeah.
I just want to do all the turns. No charity, just Sam playing Pathfinder by himself.
Emphasize no charity to really get to the core of how he feels about this. You hear that, everybody out there? Sorry, it's not good for the stream.
All right. So Marshall is going to full round attack against this thing that is starting to shrink down, this giant glowing different colors orb. Let's see what that first attack does. 17 total.
It seems like it hits it, but the arrow just passes right through.
All right. I don't have many other tools in the toolbox, guys. So I will change that piercing arrow to a blunt arrow to see if I can bludgeon it. That would be a hit. Does it do anything?
It goes right through it again, and this thing shrinks more and
Oh,
gets closer to the ground.
that is what I wanted to happen. Okay, that works. And I'll take a 5-foot step closer, and that's my turn.
All right, and Zeph's just going to throw a rock at it, and nothing happens. And then on this thing's turn, it's going to, let's see, what do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so Dane, despite the fact that nothing can perceive you at all of a sudden, you disappear. And as far as anyone else knows, nothing happened because you were already disappeared. But as far as you know, you're standing in a brilliantly bright castle courtyard surrounded by strange crystalline towers and buildings. And everything is just glowing and weird and hot. And you are automatically healed up to full. Now, the other thing that happens on this turn is that there's a sudden blinding flash of light back on the regular plane, and a hum fills the air. And as the fabric of time and space seems to tear itself open just a few feet away from the strange orb you've been pondering, and then a second set of light, even more blinding than the last set, which is really saying something, pours out of the hole. And after a beat, when your pupils have had a chance to contract to the size of pinpricks, a single figure steps through the hole, shining just as fiercely and just as ridiculously brightly as the other light, if not even more so. Seriously, it's a bit much. You're starting to take it personally. But anyway, this shining fella, he's kind of glowing like a bird man. I'll just pop him up on the screen if I'm on the right layer to do that. Wearing like a toga and holding a glowing spear with an even more glowing crystal head, if that's even possible, that you just know does some weird kind of glowing damage. And he shakes his head. He's got like a frown on his beak, which is also weird because how could a beak even frown? And he looks over at all of you and then looks at the orb and says, "There you are! You are an absolute pain in my tail feathers!" And then he turns his attention back to the 6 of you and says, "Terribly sorry about all this. I'm afraid this little bubble is just a fiend for attention."
Strange Angel, are you an alien?
Alien? How dare you? I am a Jyoti, one of the sworn protectors of the positive energy plane, and angels are stupid. And Dane reappears after 6 seconds, by the way.
I'm sorry, Grumpy Angel.
Sounds alien to me, but I'll let it slide this once.
Do you want to meet our boss?
Yeah, make a will save, strange alien.
Yep.
Wow.
Because it was Dane's turn next in the order, too, canonically.
That's an 18.
You pass.
Oh, I thought it was my will save. Never mind. Okay. Well, can we both say that we did it at the same time? Because I was under the assumption. Because that fails, Sam. And I have another suggestion. And I think, honestly, the stream has come to appreciate us screwing up your plans with Save or Suck spells. So, come meet our boss.
That is the exact same roll.
Still failed. Come meet our boss.
I don't have time. I mean,
It's on the way.
you better make it fast, because this thing it's bad news, and I have an absurdly important job, and your mortal minds couldn't even fathom it, so this better be fast.
I need to get paid so that I can buy pies.
Pies? Well, no one mentioned pies before. Just
Do you
one
want
second. He'll go and stab the orb with his glowing spear and disappears in an even more blinding flash of light than any of the other flashes of light.
Oh, Guther. He walked on by. But yes, our boss would love to have a few words with a creature of your stature and non-spherical nature.
What was your name, protector of the positive energy realm?
And Kralk, High Guardian of the Crystal Tower of Drachir, eternal prison of this thing. along with countless other absurdly powerful and important artifacts that are beyond your mortal minds to even fathom, in the great beyond, at the very center of the source of all life in the Planiverse.
I shall call you Wreck-It Krauk, because you really wrecked that eternal prison thing.
It is very good
Pretty good.
that you showed up when you did.
Well, we're running out of time on the stream, and all the enemies were dead. It was... But anyways, here, since you've done a great service to the Planiverse and helped me distract that stupid thing, take this. It's a, and he pulls out from one of his pockets inside his toga thing, the top part of the toga thing, and it looks like a liquor bottle. And
Is it Malort?
He says, here, it's champagne. It's a well-known fact that all of your material plain champagne is actually just sparkling wine, and a beverage only truly qualifies as champagne if it's produced in the Champagne region of the positive energy plane.
The Provence of oh my god.
I really like that. That's
You
very
madman.
Thank you, Krauk.
All right. Well, in absence of seeing Malort, Skynet's going to start furiously shaving a pencil into isopropyl rubbing alcohol to recreate it as closely as possible.
Good idea. Let's start spraying this champagne all over the battlefield. Like we just won a NASCAR race.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're shaking it. We are just splattering it everywhere. While this powerful outsider is under our control and suggestion, we're shooting them in the face with the champagne.
Yeah,
Seth,
Krauk
this
just
is-
looks absolutely crestfallen at this.
They're getting ready to leave and we're like, it's for charity. Hold on.
Blue turns to our new friend from the Underdark. Seth, I realize this is not ketchup, but I hope you appreciate it.
Well, I can try it, but it looks a little thin.
Yes.
Just honestly, if you throw a little tomato paste inside your champagne, it's a lot better. That's Zach as the player giving you guys a tip.
I'm gonna scoop
Good to
some
know.
of this goosphere corpse into the champagne. It's a mixer.
Yes.
Well, let's hurry back to Garrett then. You better catch up.
Yes, we better roll.
All right. Well, I think we are out of time here by a few minutes. So thank you everybody for coming out, and thank you everybody for playing and putting up with my absurd New Year's Pac-Man madness.
Thank you for having us. This was
Waka,
glorious.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Thank you to Jaspers and Paizo and Demiplane for hosting this, and thank you to everybody who donated and everybody who came out and watched. And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Bye, folks.
Bye, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Hold up a sphere instead of a heart. There you go.
Spears
Oh,
up,
yes,
spears up.
yes, yes. Ponder the orb.
Ponder the orb.
Orb
All
has
shall
been
ponder in despair.
Good night.